Everything you've been taught about being a nice guy is not just wrong. It's a profound strategic disadvantage in the silent war of attraction. You've been told to be agreeable, to be accommodating, to put her on a pedestal. And you've been rewarded with polite smiles, platonic friendships, and the crushing realization that the men who get what you want are playing by a completely different set of rules. Here's the secret you were never meant to know. Every woman operates on a dual-channel system. There's the logical channel, what she says she wants. A kind, stable, predictable man. This is the channel you've been broadcasting on, loud and clear. But beneath it, running silently, is the primal channel. The one that actually drives her attraction. This isn't a choice, it's an evolutionary software, a biological code she follows unconsciously. It doesn't respond to politeness. It responds to strength, to challenge, to undeniable presence. Nice guys lose because they are broadcasting on the wrong frequency. They are speaking English to someone who only understands the gut-level language of instinct. Today, I'm not just going to show you that this secret language exists. I am going to hand you the cipher. I am going to give you the key to unlock her primal response system, shifting you from an actor reading the wrong lines to the director of the entire scene. Stay with me. So where does it all go wrong? The fatal error is what I call the great disconnect. It's the chasm between a man's logical intentions and a woman's biological reception. This is the heart of the nice guy paradox. You perform actions you believe are positive, constant agreeableness, relentless approval seeking, the careful avoidance of any and all conflict. Your thinking brain labels these actions as kindness. And on a surface level, her brain agrees. She'll even tell you, "You're such a great guy." But that's her logical brain speaking. Her primal brain, the one in charge of attraction, hears a very different message. It interprets your unwavering compliance not as kindness, but as a lack of leadership, low social competence, and an absence of a strong inner core. To understand this, you must accept a fundamental truth: attraction is not a logical decision. It is not a checklist she consciously deliberates on. It's a visceral gut-level feeling triggered in the most ancient part of her brain, the limbic system. This is her animal brain. It evolved over millions of years for one primary purpose: survival and replication. This part of her brain doesn't understand your meticulously crafted compliments or your logical arguments for why you're a good partner. It understands the language of power, confidence, emotional certainty, and social proof. Her secret isn't a malicious game she plays to manipulate you. It's an unconscious evolutionary filter. For millennia, a woman's survival, and the survival of her offspring, depended on her ability to select the most capable male. A man who was strong, resourceful, and could lead under pressure. Her modern brain still runs this ancient software. So when you constantly seek her validation, do you like this shirt? Is it okay if I call you? Where would you like to go? You are signaling that your emotional survival depends entirely on her approval. You are failing the fitness test in real time. You are communicating that you cannot lead, not even yourself. Here's the mini reveal, the scenario that plays out in millions of text messages every single day. The nice guy wakes up and sends the "Good morning, beautiful" text. He buys her flowers for no reason. He's always available, dropping his own plans at a moment's notice for a chance to see her. Logically, he's a perfect suitor. But he is inevitably and systematically placed in the friend zone. Meanwhile, another man, one who is busy with his purpose, who teases her playfully, who isn't afraid to challenge her opinion, who doesn't pedestalize her, creates an intoxicating neurological cocktail in her brain. The push and pull, the challenge, the unpredictability, it floods her system with dopamine and norepinephrine. These are not the chemicals of friendship. These are the very chemicals of infatuation and deep, primal desire. One man speaks to her logic, the other speaks directly to her biology. And biology always wins. So, you understand the two channels. Now, let's move from the laboratory to the field. Let's talk about pattern recognition. Her primal brain is constantly running diagnostics, sending out subtle probes to test your core programming. These aren't malicious games. They are subconscious, deeply ingrained quality control mechanisms. The most common and most misunderstood of these is the congruence test. Her limbic system is asking one simple question: is this man for real? Do his actions match his stated value? Most men fail this test without even knowing it's being administered. Let's look at the data. Case study number 1, the flake test. This is a classic. You've set a date for Wednesday. An hour before, you get the text, "Hey, so sorry, something came up and I'm not going to be able to make it tonight." The nice guy immediately activates his appeasement protocol. He replies, "Oh, no problem at all. Don't worry about it. We can do it anytime. Just let me know when you're free." On the logical channel, this seems kind and understanding. But on the primal channel, he just screamed his subcommunication, "My time has no value. I have nothing else going on in my life. My entire emotional state hinges on your availability." He has just failed the test. The high-value male, the man who understands the unspoken language, responds differently. He might wait a bit, then reply with something concise, "Unfortunate. My week is packed, but I'll let you know if a spot opens up." Do you see the difference? It's polite, but it's not permissive. It subcommunicates that his time is a scarce resource, his life is full and interesting without her, and that meeting him is an opportunity, not a given. He holds his frame, and paradoxically, this makes her attraction spike. Case study number 2, the disagreement test. You're on a date, and she states a strong opinion about a movie, a band, or a political issue. The nice guy's instinct is to immediately find common ground, even if it's disingenuous. "Wow, you're so right. I've always thought that too." He's trying to build rapport by eliminating all friction. But what her primal brain perceives is a man with no spine, no core identity of his own, willing to morph his reality to fit hers. He becomes emotionally invisible. The attractive man, however, isn't afraid of polarity. He can listen and then say, "That's an interesting take. I actually see it a little differently," and then calmly state his own position without aggression. This does not create a fight. It creates respect. It demonstrates that he is a separate whole individual with his own solid sense of self. This masculine-feminine friction is the very essence of sexual tension. These tests all feed into a larger biological principle, the power of an unpredictable outcome. The human brain is wired to be stimulated by novelty and mystery. The nice guy provides a flat, predictable emotional landscape. He is emotionally safe, and therefore, emotionally boring. A man who is grounded in his own purpose, who isn't afraid to disagree, whose time is valuable, creates a dynamic and engaging reality. He becomes a story she wants to keep reading, because she doesn't know how the next chapter ends. This isn't just psychology, it's endocrinology. A man who remains calm and grounded under her tests, who isn't easily flustered, projects a high testosterone, low cortisol hormonal profile. Testosterone is the hormone of drive, confidence, and calm leadership. Cortisol is the hormone of stress and reactivity. Her primal brain is a finely tuned scanner for this exact biological signature. It is the signature of a protector, a leader, a man who can handle reality. And it is infinitely more potent than any compliment you could ever give her. Understanding the problem is the first step, but it is useless without the solution. The antidote to the nice guy affliction is not to become a jerk. That's the amateur's mistake. The true strategic recalibration is a single profound mental shift. You must move from a life of seeking external validation to one of possessing internal validation. This is the prime directive. The nice guy's self-worth is a fluctuating asset managed by others. The high-value man's self-worth is a fixed, internal gold standard. He knows his value, and he does not require her or anyone else to co-sign it. This internal shift allows you to embrace a fundamental law of attraction. Embrace polarity, don't neutralize it. Attraction is physics, not diplomacy. It requires a positive and a negative charge, a masculine and a feminine pole. When you are overly agreeable and accommodating, you abandon your masculine pole and drift towards hers in a desperate attempt to create harmony. But in doing so, you neutralize the very tension that creates the spark. Your goal is not to become like her. Your goal is to become the most stable, unmovable, and grounded version of yourself, so that her feminine energy has a powerful masculine pole to be drawn to orbit, and to feel safe with. This is the source of the electrifying pull she craves, but can never articulate. So, how do you implement this? It begins with 3 immediate, actionable directives. First, stop asking for permission. A leader does not ask for permission to lead. When the moment for a first kiss arrives, the nice guy shatters the tension by asking, "Can I kiss you?" This is a catastrophic failure. It signals uncertainty and shifts the burden of leadership onto her. The high-value man reads the signals. creates the moment, and leads. He doesn't take, he invites through confident action. Second, use humor as a sword, not a shield. The nice guy uses self-deprecating humor as a shield, hoping she'll pity him into liking him. Haha, I'm so awkward. This is a plea for validation. The attractive man uses humor as a playful sword. He teases her, he banters, he challenges her. This demonstrates confidence, intelligence, and most importantly, that he does not have her on an untouchable pedestal. Finally, and most critically, build your kingdom first. Your mission, your purpose, your ambition, that is your kingdom. A man without a purpose is a ship without a rudder, and no woman wants to board a ship going nowhere. Your life is the main event. She is invited to be the queen in your kingdom, not the kingdom itself. A woman is deeply, primally attracted to a man on his path. This is the ultimate signal of high value because it is the source of all true internal validation. Let's be unequivocally clear. The dating marketplace does not reward your good intentions. It doesn't care that you're a nice guy. It is a ruthless arena that rewards strength, competence, and a fundamental understanding of the unspoken rules we've discussed today. This is not a moral judgment on anyone. It is a cold, hard, biological reality. So now, you are at a crossroads. You have a choice. You can continue to play a game whose rules you don't understand, clinging to comforting lies while your frustration and resentment build with every rejection. Or you can choose to learn the secret language she is already speaking. You can choose to understand the primal code, reclaim your masculine frame, and finally gain the advantage you've been searching for. The power to fundamentally change your reality is not in her hands. It has always been in yours. If you're tired of the comforting lies and are ready for the truths that will change your life, subscribe to this channel. Click that bell icon, because the secrets we share here are the ones nobody else will tell you. Now tell me in the comments, what's the one nice guy action you've taken in the past that you now realize was a complete misreading of the situation?
Is this who you really are?